governments enforce and give rights to people. We must have a case where privacy is for people, privacy is for weak, privacy is for small institutions, to protect them against exploitation by powerful groups or groups that are dominating a particular industry or particular market. Powerful organizations such as governments who have, in the case of governments, the ability to deploy force to start wars, etc. Those organizations, because of their danger, must be more transparent, and not just to anyone, but rather to the people as a whole, to those people who do not have power. Otherwise, you engender a situation where those groups that already have a dangerous amount of power are able to accumulate even more of it, and they're able to do so in part by taking the knowledge that they have of the people who do not have power, and therefore using it to predict and manipulate these other groups. So there is a phrase that comes out of Berlin, it's often used, which is transparent government, not transparent people. And I believe that is correct. Information that WikiLeaks has been releasing has shown something important, not just in the information, although that is revelatory, but it is always about the past. Any information we release is about the past, although it may be the very recent past, it may be only 1 week ago. But the response to our publishing is always about something that is happening right now. And the response to our publishing, despite all the grandiloquent claims of political leaders in the United States about the importance of the First Amendment, the importance of promoting democracy, the importance of protecting freedom of the press, was to suppress us, and attempt to suppress us through every dirty trick imaginable. Those include, for example, getting PayPal, money bookers, Visa, MasterCard, Bank of America to engage in an extrajudicial economic embargo, preventing people of the world donating money to us to keep us afloat, to keep us publishing. Completely outside the court system and completely outside any administrative process, where we had Visa London, supposedly a London company, acting at the request of the US State Department to engage in economic embargo outside any administrative or judicial process. So we see actually that Washington power extends through companies and financial systems and intelligence agencies and through binational deals all over the place in the Western world. That there is in fact a Western empire, and it is connected. It is not just Washington, it is Paris, it is London, it is all intermeshed. And when someone speaks strongly enough, that Western empire reacts in exactly the same way the Soviet Union reacted, but slightly more sophisticated. And so that is something we can see now. That is a light that has gone off in a dark room for a minute, and we can see that power structure outlined as a result of its response, not just a result of us publishing. But that should give us hope, because there is an attempt to censor us, an attempt to censor other groups. It was very clear, strong attempt to censor us. Why? Because of fear. Well, what do they have to be scared about? Well, they have to be scared about being reformed. Why are they scared of being reformed? Because they can be reformed. So that's very hopeful. You know, free speech in the West, one argument that we say that it's there is because, well, it's the First Amendment, it's a basic standard, it's accepted human rights. The press is strong and is able to fight for it. The other argument is that no, bees are free, birds are free. It's not because of their political power, it's because of their political weakness. And that our ability to speak in the West, not WikiLeaks' ability, but the press's ability to speak in the West is a result of nothing it says making any bit of difference at all. That the basic power structures in the West are so heavily fiscalized, that they're contractual, they're bank accounts, that it doesn't matter what the political feeling or the political mood is, it doesn't change who owns a bank account. So it doesn't matter what the press says. Also, it really doesn't matter how people vote. You can give this away freely. The problem is not going to change basic power relationships. But we were able to speak so strongly in the past year that actually it did start to affect those basic relationships. And so that created incentives to shut us up. So that should outlines both the power structure, but it also outlines a hope, which is if you speak in a really very strong way about what the internal mechanisms of these power structures are, you can reform them, and they know it, and that's why they push against it. So how you deal with these situations is, well, you just get on with the job. I mean, the work needs to be done, and it fulfills you, and you don't need to worry about the situation. You just need to take care and plan and make sure the strategy is as good as it could possibly be. But I mean, yes, it is dangerous work. Yes, the situation I'm in is difficult. Yes, the situation for our other people is also difficult. And we have cases of potential sources like Bradley Manning, whose situation was truly appalling. So that is difficult. On the other hand, look at what we're involved in doing. So that is so satisfying. We only live once, and we're living according to our values, which seem to be achieving something. So that satisfaction is something that easily offsets the troubles we're coming through.